cool, there wasn't a pop-up.
Hey there. Oops. Sorry, I'm just like, okay, let's go. Oh wait, oops.
No, you're fine. I'm just gonna die. Whoops. My bad, didn't mean to destroy this
Please
opening.
Don't die. No, it's okay, it's okay. I guess, is this running at the moment?
Yeah, it is. I was just expecting a pop-up before it did.
Oh no. Oops. Okay, well, starting this on for realsies this time, welcome one and all to another Toonkind D&D FPS. I am Morski, but you're free to call me Morski, and I shall be playing the little wizard that we all know as Hugh Script. And I'm joined here by my wonderful friend. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Babble. I play a He Who Magic Man, and I seem to have misplaced my brownie. There it is.
Can't forget.
But yep, I exist. I am here. Listen, it's been a morning.
Does the He Who Magic Man have a name, or are we just referring him as the He Who Magic Man?
I guess I can't really refer to him as just the He Who Magic Man, because that is that would be Marcel. I am playing my own He Who Magic Man, which is Professor Winn Chimes.
I love his name, by the way. That freaking kills me, that pun. Wind chime. Just.
Why is it that people are killing me in my most recent FPSs?
Love you too.
I will get all three of you back. I love you.
Looking forward to it. Oh, I guess starting this up though, are we starting this off with what he was doing or what Win is doing? Because it could go either way.
It could. If you wanted to start off with because I know pretty much the basics of what Win is doing. He's just walking with his nose in a book. And apparently it's a really boring book.
Oh man. F in the chat for him, I guess. Hugh on his side. Hugh on his side is, well, he's but he has been inside so much that, you know what? Despite what happened the last time he went out on a walk, or maybe I should say all the times he went out on a walk, he decided to go on a walk.
Oh, dear God. Children should never go on a walk. What are you doing? Nobody should ever just go on a walk. That never ends well.
He just has really weird luck with walking into plot when he goes on walks. Don't worry about it. So I decided to roll a survival to see how lost he gets, and he's only a little lost. That was a 13 with disadvantage, so I think he's maybe just a bit tired, so it's taking him a bit longer than usual, but he's actually attempting to go to the library to get new books, because he read all of his old ones, just being in bed a whole lot.
God.
And I imagine March at this point may have been like bullied into having a nap, so Hugh figured, okay, I should let March rest. I'm not gonna wake him up for this. I can go to the library myself and get books. This will be fine.
God, it most certainly. I mean, it is fine because, as we've discussed, Winn is not well, he's an idiot, but he's not hostile.
This is totally fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Not just the knives of my friends.
um, that being said, though, I'm pretty sure like it's one of those funny instances where like Winn rounds a corner just as Hugh is rounding the corner, and they bump into each other and they trip over each other.
Yeah, time for me to roll Hugh's strength. I'm doing this at disadvantage. Nope, I'm doing this at disadvantage still. That was a 3 for everyone listening in. And that was a 1.
Alright,
So Hugh
you
is
know what?
sprawled on the floor.
And,
Oh my
and there's
goodness.
Winn with a nat 20. That's the second nat 20? Because I rolled a nat 20 off screen. But via whiz save. So like
That's amazing.
what the fuck? Winn, that's your second one in a row.
Oh man. Well, Winn is on the roll today, apparently. Quite literally. So Hugh got a 2 on his roll, which with his strength, that is a 1. So, yeah, Hugh's sprawled on the floor.
Oh god. Uh. Well, I guess like Winn is sort of tangled in his robe and kind of shawl jacket thing. But he's still standing. It just looks ridiculous.
Rip, dude. Oh yeah, I just want to add with how Hugh fell, you just hear like a squeak from him.
Oh,
Just
baby. No. Well, I think that is definitely like Winn no longer has his book. He probably like in a flurry to try and stay upright threw it somewhere. It's probably up on like one of those little awning things, you know, those old-fashioned awning things that it's made of cloth. He's not gonna be getting it back.
yeah.
I don't even think he sees it. It's fine.
I'm just I'm just like roll a D2 maybe to see whether it flies into a person or flies onto one of those awnings. Just as
Okay, it's an awning.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No, like no battle encounters initiated. Cool.
You really want to have this level 1 wizard fight?
It'll be fine. He'll fight like against a level 1 monk or something.
I don't think that'll be fun.
That topic aside, though.
Yeah, I think Winn looks tries to find whatever it is that like tripped him up as he like undoes the tangled mess that he has become on one foot. And I don't want him to have to roll perception because he don't ever really see shit. I want him to be able
do
to
it
see
with advantage.
God, this is where he's gonna get a nat one. Okay.
I'd say with an 11 you do see Hugh. It just takes him a moment. Too busy untangling.
his immediate response is, "Oh God, that's a child."
Hugh's response is, "Ow, sorry for bumping into you," and like he's attempting to sit up.
Winn is immediately getting down on his knees. Oh God, that's a 20.
Yeah, that was just a quick con save to see how dizzy Hugh was. He's not very dizzy, he's just like bit winded. Uh, he will gratefully accept the help, just like, oh, thank you. Sorry once more.
So like Winn was getting down on his knees. Like he's not that much taller than Hugh, to be honest. Like Winn's like 5 something. I forgot how tall he
Oh
really.
my goodness.
Yeah, no, he's not that tall.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Hugh on his end is like 4'6". I always had the impression that he's like towards Marcel height.
No,
This is hilarious.
no. Winn is about a good whole ass foot shorter than Marcel. Winn has to
That's
look up at
fun.
Marcel. Very much so.
It's okay. With meeting Hugh, he has found someone who will be looking up when speaking to him. Oh.
But he definitely like he's definitely helping Hugh up and making like he's definitely fretting over Hugh and just nervously making sure that this poor boy is okay, because oh god, he had not realized that he had been distracted enough by the noise in the book and everything else that was going on. Like, he didn't see the fact that he just stepped over a child.
Oops. Well, I
Whoops.
guess it happens sometimes. I mean, not the first time Hugh literally ran into someone, but I wonder if I should make you roll me an insight or a medicine, maybe, if you'd like.
Oh, absolutely. Uh, when I love you, your medicine shit, your wisdom shit, babe. Your wisdom is shit, babe. Uh, so
How is
investigation.
his insight any better?
Oh God, no.
This can be either insight or medicine.
They're both just a normal D20 because he has a nothing in whiz. He has no modifier in wisdom. Oh, that's an
Oh my
18. What the
goodness,
fuck?
but also that was an 18. Yeah, dad mode activated.
Dad mode definitely activated.
Oh my goodness. And I guess on that note, yeah, no, this kid is ill. This kid is ill and tired, and for some reason he decided to, like, I guess you're probably aware there's a library nearby, has apparently decided to get a book. Why is this kid out on his own? But, he is here. He's like, you'd say he's good enough to be walking around a bit, but you figure he ought to get back to bed soon. Let's be real.
Uh, it. There's a moment of where he immediately wants to just pick Hugh up and carry him back to bed. But A, he doesn't know this child. And B, he also doesn't know where this kid lives. So he doesn't even
Oh
know where
my
the bed
goodness.
is.
I mean, the good news is, with how this looks to be going, he will in fact find out where this kid lives. But we'll get to
Uh,
that when we get to that. Just
I think for now, Winn is just just gonna ask, like, what on earth are you doing out here when you are very clearly sick?
Swear it's contagious or anything. You don't gotta worry about that. Like, my brother and I made sure of this earlier. Just,
Contagious or not, you shouldn't be up walking around like this. You should be in bed resting.
Hugh is steadily going more pink because he knows this person is right, but also, and Hugh just kind of, there's a moment you see like Hugh be a bit panicked, and I um I read through all my books at home, and March was really tired too. I managed to get him to take a nap, but I figured just coming here quickly and going back would be okay. Like, I imagine on Hugh's end as well.
You
No
cut out a little
point
bit
in
there.
prolonging all this, but really?
Yeah. I didn't hear
Which
anything after on Hugh's end.
Okay, just on Hugh's end, I imagine he as well would just have gone to the closest library he knows.
Oh, that's fair.
Cause this kid does have some sense, believe it or not. He does in fact have a brain cell. But also he's a bit reckless, so
I am going to roll a d10. Oh,
is that a fumble?
that is a fumble. I never expected to get a fumble, so I don't have a sheet.
Oh, Weth, like, do you want to just, like, do you want to pull something out from the standard, like, D20 fumble chart, or, like, I don't know, is there something he tends to carry in general, like a pile of books?
Uh, hmm.
Gonna see if I can re-find the basic fumble chart if you need it.
What would be something absolutely hilarious that he pulls out? You know what? He's gonna pull out the flamingo plushie that he got from, God, what is it? What FPS was that? What's the name of it? It's the second themed experiment. That's the FPS. So the flamingo plushie that he got from themed experiment with Marcel, and he's going to turn a bright pink because Flamingo, his husband's name is Flamingo, and he's gonna put that back in his hat.
I want you to know that Hugh on his end is looking at this, and like when the flamingo comes back, there's just a question mark beside him.
There's definitely the most hysterically adorable little chibi look on his face of embarrassment with like the embarrassed smile and everything.
So, curiosity is like, is Winn Giblian himself? Cause Hugh's
Yes,
Giblian.
very much so.
Heck yeah, fellow Giblians.
God, fumbles again.
Oh man.
Okay, so I think maybe at this point he pulls out a set of keys. And he looks around a bit before he jingles them. Just to hear the noise, and there's a smile on his face afterwards, and then he shoves that back in his hat.
Hugh, gets the question mark again, but, he's not gonna judge. Hugh also has keys in his own fumble chart. They're like the keys to his apartment, but don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Awesome, that's a 5. Great. I don't think that's a fumble.
There's also just... I need to double check. I have the sheet open, though. Admittedly, I think Hugh is also just gonna ask, do you need help finding something?
I think as he asks that, Winn pulls out, a bunch of books.
Oh my goodness.
And,
Also,
he sets them down and he's just like, if you really want books, I've got plenty. You need to rest.
Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, it's like I got plenty of books. There's a beat, and just Hugh has starry eyes. I get the feeling that maybe those books are ones he hasn't seen around here before or something. So you've known this kid for approximately a couple minutes now and heard all this before. You can see the starry eyes. He's a nerd, Your Honor.
I mean, this is typical for Winn. Since arriving in Toontown, he's met, he's re-met one of them. He's met 1, 2 nerds, and he's re-met a third nerd. It's just nerd central in Toontown for him, apparently.
Oh, that's great. We gotta introduce him to Gregory next.
Oh, Kraken and I have already been talking about that.
Heck yes!
He who... I don't know if it'll happen, but, something's certainly happening.
Hopefully nothing gets burned down. Anyways...
No promises.
You definitely caught Hugh's attention.
Oh, God. Well... He's just gonna, shove the stack towards you, and take out a couple that seem to have chains on them, because those are from the restricted section. And put those back in his hat.
Not gonna lie, Hugh absolutely looks at that. He is very much curious, but you know what? That's fair. Ask about that some other time. Though, are you sure it's okay for me to just take these?
I've already read them several times, and it's not... Yes. Go ahead.
Well, okay, thank you. And you definitely get a smile from Hugh.
Winn is just smiling very fondly because listen, he's Dad, Your Honor. He is a father to 4 daughters. He is a teacher. This man is very soft. And he loves it when children smile because that is the most pure thing in the world. He's Dad, Your Honor.
He's so valid. He's absolutely valid.
Now, I suppose first things first. What might your name be, young boy?
Right, the name's Hugh Script. I am sorry once more for the run-in. And Hugh is definitely a bit embarrassed and rubbing his head.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not bothered at all. Honestly, I've run into worse things, like a pole. Perhaps a few more times than I would like to admit.
You get a pat from Hugh. Just it be like that sometimes, man. Hugh hasn't run into any poles himself because he generally doesn't walk and read, but like he has absolutely seen people do that.
um, well, thank you for the introduction, Hugh. My name is Professor Winn Chimes.
Oh, nice to meet you. You're a professor then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask what for?
I I'm a spell master for the Spellcasters Hall.
Man, I think I need to roll performance for this. Just one moment as I type this.
Performance?
Yes, to see how well is he able to hide. Well, actually, this would be deception maybe, because mostly this is to not be over the top with hype. Because oh man, this is the first like legitimate magic professor he's met outside of Yeast.
Wait a minute. Does that mean he knows who Winn is?
He does not, because I don't think he would have heard of the Spellcaster's Home.
Oh god, that's fair.
Okay, that's an 11, so he... Mostly you just notice the stars in his eyes and like, he looks excited. Just in a oh man magic kind of way.
This is
Which
the first
to add
time
on
that
as
he's met
well...
a... Go ahead.
I know just like on Hugh's end, so Hugh comes from Yeast, and he's been in Toontown for a little bit, so now he does know of the wizard skill, thanks to what Gregory told him, and he knows to avoid them like the plague. He doesn't really know of any other spellcaster, like spellcasting places, though. He really did not get the chance to go out much when he lived in Yeast, so...
Well, relatively speaking, the hall itself is kind of difficult to find, given the fact that it's in the middle of the ocean.
Understandable. Entirely understandable. Hugh at this moment is just going, oh man, someone who knows magic, or someone else who knows magic, knows it really.
Well, this isn't the first time that Winn has been given starry eyes over something like this. I think in the Magic Man FPS, Marcel absolutely was like fanboying, I guess, sort of.
It's amazing.
And like it wasn't the first time, but there were certain circumstances in which made it just all the more just for Winn. So I think,
He who
yeah, pretty much. So I think he's just uh smiling softly at Hugh for a moment before he shakes his head and snaps out of whatever, like, oh, this is such a cute child trance. And he's just like, hold on, stop, you're distracting me. You need to go to bed. You have books now.
I well, oh, yeah, okay, I do. I was going to go home once I managed to get myself books as well. Home's pretty nearby.
All right.
And you kind of see you think for a bit. Probably think on whether this is a good idea, because he met this guy like only a few minutes ago, but do I make, you know what, no, I'm not gonna make him roll wisdom. Hugh's really friendly. He's just gonna go, if you want, I can show you where my place is. I could like get you tea and thanks.
The tea will not be necessary. I just want to make sure that you get home safe. And I will absolutely be having a conversation with your parents when we get there.
So, well, my parents aren't actually there. It's just I and my brother living at home. Also, roll me an insight, please.
It's 14.
Okay, he's also just like a little bit. Oh, this is the first time anyone has asked me this here. And also you realize he's just a little bit awkward. So Hugh mentioned that he doesn't have any parents with him here. I wonder how I should word this. Just he seems a little bit awkward about that. On like as the players notes, haha. Hugh's parents, you can't exactly get a hold of them right now because one of them passed away a long time ago. The other one is he's not around. Let's put it that way. Don't worry about it.
Well, just by the fact that, like, Hugh said, he doesn't have parents with him right now, there is a pause as he, looks down at Hugh. And that 11 was an attempt at deception.
Oh my goodness, shall I? Go ahead and roll an insight.
Go
Let's
for it.
see how this. Okay, I'll roll again because Hugh has advantage on his insight. So we'll take that 18. Hugh got an 18 on his insight. What does Hugh perceive?
Well, there was a look of, like, confusion that morphed into shock and then concern. Like, you definitely get the feeling that this man is already a dad. And he seems well aware of the fact that you are a child and you're alone and you're sick, but you also are only. You don't live with your parents, you live with your brother? What? That something's wrong here. He doesn't exactly know what, but his dad instincts are going off. All of the alarms.
Man, for good reason, I can't wait. For good reason, man, I can't wait for your reaction when I tell you lore after this. But
Christ.
Hugh notices that. Hugh notices this, and he's like, it's okay. Genuinely, March and I have been doing well, and I mean, there's my older brother and Yeast, though Tona hasn't really been able to come over since work as the head priest is kind of a lot. Um, I like I don't really have any parents around any. Neither does March, so like we've been doing our best. It's honestly pretty good. Hugh is like attempting to explain what's up and calm down this man. I get the feeling he's doing the opposite from calm him down, but
Yeah, with that 7, I would think so. Hold up, just a second.
taking a moment, like this man really do be just looking at these kids and going, is anyone doesn't wait for an answer, but also for everyone listening in, that's the meme with the lady looking confused and the equations coming on.
Yeah. And basically it's that before it turns into like that one terrified looking dog that's just like oh god.
Oh my goodness. Okay, apologies. I sneezed,
Panic.
but I'm so sorry, Win. Just this has just been Hugh's life for the past I don't know, year or so.
He has no idea where he is now rushing this child, but he is rushing this child hopefully in the direction of his bed because no. Full dad mode, entirely engaged now. He is trying to take poor Hugh home so that he can be in bed and like be healthy again because if nobody else is going to parent this child, then he will.
Honestly,
Okay.
it's what they deserve. It's like Hugh thankfully does have like a Lynn in his life and Craigery in his life and everyone. Like Decimal too, of course, so that's more like sibling shenanigans, but yeah, a good dad would definitely do these kids well, not gonna lie. Thank you. Thank you, Win.
Okay, this simply will not do. You are going home right this minute. You are going to go to bed, and I am going to make you a nice soup. A nice light soup that'll set well on your stomach and warm you right up. This is absolutely ridiculous. Children should not be in a house on their own. My
It's
goodness.
okay, genuinely. Tone and I agreed if he could leave home when he was 17, so can I. It's like, don't worry, we keep in touch and everything, but thank you for the help.
It isn't a matter of independence, it's which every child should be free to have. I'm not sure how to explain. It's one thing
Hugh is
to.
like, as they're walking, Hugh is listening, so like, don't worry, you got his attention.
It's one
And
thing
like,
to be independent and to go out on your own. It's another thing to not have a home where you know that there will be a parent waiting for you, ready to give you love and affection and care if needed. That is
man,
the
please.
issue that I personally have in this situation, and I am so sorry. I I cannot stand aside and just let this happen.
I okay. Also, hey, please roll me an insight. Just please.
God, Winn.
I'll
Can
give
he
you
have advantage
I'll
because
give
he's
you
a dad?
advantage.
Thank
Yeah, I'll
you.
give you advantage. Roll again. Just roll again. Wow. The dice really don't want this man to perceive, do they?
Aw.
I'll say the 13 is enough because Hugh is an open book anyways. And not gonna lie, he's probably pretty tired. Hugh looked a little bit awkward when talked about like having actually decent parents be looking out for their kids. You get the vague feeling that whoever Hugh's parents were, they weren't actually good parents. And like you remember how Hugh mentioned that like Toad, who seems to be Hugh's older brother, he left the house at 17. Just maybe the kid left the house at 17 to run away from that stuff. Just maybe.
13. He's
Win, how you
that is an
uh,
old
Win,
scar of
how you
his.
feeling, bud?
He's not doing terrible. It's an old scar of his, one that he resonates with very unfortunately well.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to make a sleight of hand. Alright.
Holy bleep, 21.
Alright. Do you have any way of maybe contesting that with a perception or no?
I mean, sure, I can roll a perception. D20 plus 5. That's a 20. That does not beat it, actually.
No, this just went away. I will give you something though. So you know that he didn't steal anything. That much you definitely know. And he doesn't even seem like the kind of guy who would anyways. And
Yeah, fair. The impression Hugh has of Win right now that he's like a fellow nerd person. He seems very nice. Like he's someone who is genuinely an adult and actually tries to look out for those younger than him. So like he actually has a huge respect from this. So
um
like
you also
you can
do
most certainly respect someone like that.
you also see him touch like the side of his face that is covered by his hair, which would be his right side, very lightly, but you don't see why.
Huh.
It's still very much so covered by his hair and the way that it's sitting.
Can you roll an insight?
If he wants.
Oh, come on. Please be kinder to me, Dice Parser. That's more like it, 18. Do I get anything from that?
I mean, that's an 18. Versus like a 13 wisdom save. So, what you get from that is there's something about that side of his face. Something that happened because of possibly either neglect or abuse or something along those lines. Or maybe a combination of multiple. There's a reason clearly why it's covered. There's a reason he touched it just now.
That's entirely fair, and I don't think Hugh does any, like, outward, like, movements or anything about that. Like, he's noticed it and it's just like, oh, okay, you too, huh? And just, if you want, do me a perception or insight in turn.
God.
Yeah, I'll say that does make it. When you just noticed that for a moment, you just kind of held his arms, uh, before he drops them and continues walking alongside you.
So, what kind of soup would you like?
I I don't actually know. I haven't had much soup before. I've heard chicken and beef soup is nice.
It is, although I would think that it perhaps starting with that is a little too heavy for the moment. I would highly recommend
Fair.
something
I
lighter while
what
you're
kind of soup?
sick.
Okay. I will say Hugh is like cheery and I don't think he really has eaten much soup. Uh I think on his end he's like thinking of the fact that he heard that apparently chicken soup is good when you're ill. Like he has heard that before, but he doesn't really know much more. He's listening intently.
So we could go for a classic chicken noodle, or I could make
Oh,
something new.
okay. I mean, we got some food at home, so like I can help pull things. If it's okay, do you think you could make a little bit extra just so March has something for dinner too?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, one moment. Yes! He pulls
Hey,
out a big chef's soup pot.
oh my goodness.
It's like a
Hugh
10
is like
gallon soup
looking at
pot.
this wide eyed. Just like Hugh looking at this wide eyed and just like just just like the Ghibli or like on Hughes and just the Ghibli stars of whoa, biggest pot he's seen yet. It's like a witch's cauldron.
See, that's the fun of it. Is that Winn
Yeah,
absolutely plays pretend with his daughters when he makes soup. As if. And he does consider himself a witch rather than a wizard.
it's valid. That's great then.
So.
Make only the best of potions soup.
Yes. And so, like, if Hugh lets him, he will absolutely do that because Winn thinks it's fun. Like, even if his daughters aren't around, he thinks it's fun. And Winn is an idiot and a goofball, and I love him.
He is so valid. Don't worry. He was absolutely up for it. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, it's like a witch's cauldron probably slipped out when he was looking at it.
Oh, the biggest, most dorky dad smile just flies on to freaking Winn's face.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. And as soon as they get there, Winn is going to make sure that Hugh is bundled up, nice and warm, and he's gonna start making some soup.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say it's fair. Well, I'd say it's fair to say. I bet they are back by now, and like Hugh unlocks and like sorts out unlocking and relocking the door and such, and he comes on back up. And it's like if you want, you can do a perception as you come inside. Win. Just what do you perceive in this house?
Nothing.
Oh my
He
goodness.
perceives nothing. Winn don't see shit.
Oh my goodness. That was a nat one for everyone listening in. F in the chat. Did you like get your head stuck in the cauldron or something, my dude?
uh, to put it on, like, okay, you remember how I said Winn is kind of dumb?
Yes.
To probably help Hugh open the door, he put it on his head, and he's not that big, so it like kind of drapes over him.
Oh my goodness. You are definitely getting a bit of like muffled laughter from Hugh. Just like he's trying to hide it a bit to not be rude, but like he's definitely having a haha moment.
I imagine with that nat one, he probably ran into the door frame, and you just hear that
Oh,
boom.
it's like now you see Hugh like just fretting around the win a bit, just like, oh no, are you okay? Also, just Hugh looking to the side to make sure March didn't wake up, though. Considering everything, I think it's fair to say March has finally crashed for a bit,
That's fair.
so it's fine.
Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. And
Don't worry about it, though. It's Win, okay?
yeah, no, Winn's fine. I think he lifts up the pot from off of him, and he's clearly smiling and giggling. Uh, he's uh, really. He's obviously pretty clumsy. This isn't the first time this has happened either, more than likely.
Oh
But
my goodness. That's absolutely fair. But I feel like Hugh would actually try and like help with the pot a bit, just to make sure.
uh,
He wants to help out, okay? If you want Hugh to actually sit down and rest, you may need to bully him into it a bit.
yeah, Wynn's gonna use his height to his advantage in this instance and be like, no, nope, no, no.
But
You need to lay down and rest.
but
Let me handle the soup.
I okay. And just Hugh pouts.
Think about it like this. While I'm making the soup, you can read one of the books that you got, and you can tell me about it when the soup is done.
I and you see it. Hugh is so heavily tempted. He's really really contemplating helping Win out or sitting down and reading
There's a really good book
I
that I know that's in that pile that has a lot of funny spells.
okay, and yeah, I know I should rest too.
Mm-hmm.
um Win. Thanks.
Hugh just
And I
gets
think
a very
after
soft
all,
smile before he just gently, like, pushes him off towards wherever it is that he's going towards to rest. He says, "Don't worry about it. You just go rest. Okay? I got it from here."
okay, thanks. And well, first of all, I hold these dorks very softly. My goodness. And secondly, then yeah, I guess Hugh goes over to the sofa because that's kind of where he's been chilling during this like ill period. Because he does like still go to sleep in his bed, but during the day it's just easier to handle stuff from the couch. And he has his pile of blankets and stuff, so he's gonna start pulling the books out of his own hammer space.
Yes, good.
What happened?
So I had Win roll a performance to see how well he dances whenever Hugh looks over. And with that 8, I think he is absolutely doing terrible, god awful dad dances whenever Hugh looks over.
Oh my
Which
goodness!
may or may
Oh
not have
my
been the
goodness!
intention.
Oh my goodness! I'm yeah, no, you succeed in making Hugh laugh. Let me tell you. Absolutely 100%. He's just kind of giggling.
Good. And this is all while making the soup, so he's probably doing some funny things with, like, the ladle in the pot. Like, doing some funny
Just
peeking.
imagine
Ostrich.
I'm just imagining him as oh my goodness. I'm like also imagining him balancing like ingredients and stuff on his like elbows and hands, what have you, while he does all of that. It's like they're just having a goofy, funky time now.
Yeah. And since we're getting close to end time, do you mind if I leave us with a cute image?
Absolutely, go for it.
All right. Well, I think after Win has made and served um, the soup to Hugh and given him some medicine as well, because of course, made sure
Yeah,
he's comfy
it's a
and
good
everything
idea.
like that. It's just chilling by him, reading his own book while while Hugh drifts off. And if he sees him slowly starting to drift off, he's going to cast Dancing Lights, his favorite freaking cantrip, and have the little lights kind of float up towards the ceiling, and turn off the normal lights so that only the dancing lights can be seen, and have it flicker every once in a while, certain bits of it flicker, so that it looks like stars in a night sky.
That's a wonderful image. That is a really wonderful image, and I hold it very soft. And I'm gonna add as well, just yeah, Win, congrats. At some point during shenanigans, you like would have told you if you want to come visit March and I, feel free to. So you have the okay to come back and say hi. And with all the shenanigans, you're gonna see that Hugh has very much been cheered up. So I think it's fair to say that Hugh drifted off with a smile.
And Winn just has the softest of smiles as he's reading. And just letting the dancing lights fade.
Heck yeah.
And then that's where we'll end the FPS.
Yep, thanks for having me this with me. This was adorable.
Just,
There was some lore and some shenanigans. It was a smashing success.
It was! I'm dying! I'm dying in the best way. Okay.
Heck yeah, high five. Just thank you once more.
And thank you!
Hee hoo ha.
You! Oh, and thank you to all the listeners at home for tuning in.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for coming in and watching this.
Yee.
Bye bye.